welcome everybody to the Free Labels podcast where we talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Today I have a very special guest, my brother Alex from Illytronics.
How's it going, man? Glad to be here.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for taking a seat with me. So
For sure.
we're not gonna waste no more time. I'm real big on that. So let's get straight into it. Tell me what you got going on these days.
All right. So I started my company, Illytronic, in 2015 as mostly a record label. And we've grown over the past 7 years. And now we focus primarily on music production and licensing. So one of our big things that we do is we've partnered with a website called TrackLib to where every release that we put out is available on TrackLib for other artists to sample and incorporate into their music. So it's an exciting place to be, and I really love what I do.
Yeah, wow, that's pretty dope. So like with the whole music production, can you like break it down for people that really don't know that process? Because I'm big on processes, and for the younger generation that's coming up before us, I just want to give them a different option instead of like being an artist or trying to navigate through the music industry.
Absolutely. And that was one of the things that kind of brought me to where I am, was trying to find different revenue streams for the things that I create, because the things I create are very important to me. It's my music. That's my baby. That's what I love. It's why I do this. But when you look at where artists make music, mostly it's not streaming. It's sometimes shows. But even then, you have to have several different streams of revenue in order to kind of stay afloat as an artist, and especially an artist not necessarily signed to a major label or with a huge backing. So one of the things I started looking into was different sources of revenue for the music I make. And I started initially doing a lot of stock audio stuff, and I was making, pretty decent money with that regularly. And then
Yeah,
when I
for
heard
sure.
about TrackLib, I started moving a lot of my music over there. And the way that works is that I have my songs, and then the individual pieces of my songs, say the drums, the bass, the keyboard, synthesizers, the vocals, are broken into individual songs, essentially
Oh, that's
individual
pretty dope.
tracks. Right. So then if, let's say, you're a producer and you're looking for a vocal sample in a certain key, then you can go and search that in on TrackLib, and you can find things that have what you're looking for. So right now I have about 120 or so tracks on TrackLib that are available for sampling. And
Right, right, right.
so far I've had about 13 been sampled 13 times, and one of the songs has been sampled like 5 times. So it's growing.
Yeah, it's all a process. Like I said before, like you got to crawl before you walk, and you got to put the work in. If you're truly dedicated to what you do, it doesn't matter about the numbers. Just keep going, and the reward will pay out, or whatever you're looking for will pay out. But I know you had started in music. Well, what made you like steer away from being an artist? Because last time I checked, you were a pretty dope artist and you put out some dope music. So I understand, like the multiple streams of income. But why did you not give it up? But why did you put that on the back burner?
Well, I'd say maybe not so much put it on the back burner, but kind of got the focus together. One
Okay.
of the things for me I was realizing is that there were multiple creative voices that I wanted to put out.
Okay.
So one of the things with Illytronic, it gives me the opportunity is to release music under multiple artist names.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so that way I can still create the things I want to create, but have kind of the different sounds in their own lane. So when it comes to things like branding and marketing, things aren't stepping on each other and
Exactly.
confusing the
Exactly.
message.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's kind of been the change for me, is where I've essentially moved from, the artist thinking as an artist to kind of thinking about every other piece of the equation
Okay.
in on top of that.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so
yeah, yeah, I get you on that, and especially like now, coming from back then, because I don't know if you're an old cougar like me. Well, not cougar, but yeah, just old like I am. Technology was way different compared to like right now, and I think it's a pretty interesting time to be an artist, be a creative, be, you know, like just in this field.
Absolutely. Like the things that are being done today are the things I dreamed about, 13 years
Yeah,
ago.
for sure.
I mean, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I wish that I had the technology then, but you know what? I have it now. So I
Yeah.
plan on using it and being creative and using it to get my art out to the world,
Right, right.
in whatever way possible.
Yeah, for sure. Any projects coming up or anything that you're working on right now?
Yes. So the next two projects I have coming out are Hype Beats Volume 3 by Illytronic Presence. And this is the third installment of an instrumental release that I've been putting out. And these are all hip hop instrumentals, usually pretty upbeat and lots of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Great for working out too, going to the gym. Great for esports, streaming, all of that. Just get you in the zone, hyper focus,
Right,
listen
right,
to that. Just
right,
get
right.
it, get in it. So that's one thing. And then I also have the next album from The One I Ever Had,
Mm-hmm.
which is another one of my artist names.
Yeah.
I have that coming out. It's called Surftronica, and that will be coming out probably sometime this fall. And it's a very, I'd say, almost indie rock, but with influences of lots of influences of hip hop, but with a very chill wave aesthetic.
Right. No, I was just thinking, like you said something that touched me before. You said like the production company is to have these multiple characters, and I heard you talk about The One I Ever Had and then the Illytronic. What is the significant reason on having different characters and then pushing it through your company?
So I'm sure, like many of you creative people, you have a lot of different, you're pulled in many directions. A
Okay.
lot of different styles, a lot of different influences. And for me, it got to a point where I realized that if I'm putting out all the things I want to put out, it will sound completely chaotic and there will be no kind of brand cohesion or sound cohesion. So from there, I decided to start, essentially dropping, different brands underneath Illytronic that have different sounds.
That's a dope idea.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
so the advantage for that is that I'm able to regularly make music, but regularly make different music. So,
Right, right,
I'm
right.
not getting stuck in a rut per se. And then the nice part about when it comes to TrackLib is regularly having things coming out that people can sample. And because it's a diverse array of content, there's always something for somebody essentially. And with having things come out, their algorithm, it picks it up and it has a popular area. And
Mm-hmm.
if it kind of gets the regular downloads, when usually, especially when something goes live or something new, it stays up there for a little while. So
Right.
having things that are coming out consistently kind of keeps that our tracks near the top.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Keep you right at the top, right where you want to
right.
be.
Right, but I mean, it's not exactly a revolutionary concept, but it's just taking kind of certain concepts and applying them in new places has been essentially like what my whole business model is built off of.
Yeah, for sure. You got to play the game, but you
Yeah,
definitely got to play the game. But before we wrap up, you got to let everybody know where they can find you, where's your content at, and if they need to reach you, just let them know where they can find you.
for sure. So you can find everything at illytronic.com. That's ILLYTRONIC.com. And you can also find some of my music under the artist name, The One I Ever Had. You can also find me on Instagram at The One I Ever Had and on TikTok at Illytronic. So it's been a pleasure to be here, and I really appreciate this.
I thank you so much for jumping in on me. It's much love. Say hello to the family.
For sure.
But
Same.
shout out to all my label makers and keep on label making. And we out.